Почитувани, добар ден. Гостинка во неделното интервју на Радио Слободна Европа е германската амбасадорка во Скопје, господјата Кристине Алтхаузер. Амбасадорка, што мислите, има ли доволно време до 5 јуни да се исполнат условите за фер и кредибилни избори?
Yeah, let me start by saying time is short. So more or less 3 months to go. A lot of work still has to be done. The State Election Commission has to be supported by all institutions, by all means, to finish the work in time. So cross-checks has been done, SCOBO field checks agreed by the State Election Commission. Now the key word is implementation, so that's key. And furthermore, a sound methodology is urgently needed in order how to remove illegitimate entries from the list. So, to put it in a nutshell, a lot of work.
Што мислите, колкав е ризикот да повторно се случи на 5 јуни да не бидат исполнети условите за изборите, а од друга страна опозицијата да не сака да учествува во нив?
Of course, elections should be inclusive. All parties have to work together to make credible elections happen. So that's key as well.
Преговори за медиумите нема. Проблемите со избирачките списоци се уште не се решени. Од друга страна, ниту пак прашањето што се однесува за одвојување на државата од партијата не е решено. Што мислите, има ли доволно политичка волја кај владеачкото мнозинство за разрешување на овие проблеми?
You named the persisting shortcomings in the process, so necessary decisions have to be taken, and I repeat it, they have to be made, they have to be taken as soon as possible. And it is indeed deplorable that the cooperation concerning the media talks between the EU mediator, Peter van Houten, has come to an end. And now the process has to be restarted, has to be taken on. How this is to be happen, that has to be decided by all the parties involved. And let me say, ultimately, it is up to the parties to make the decisions needed. So the EU, the member states, and the US can offer their help. But the central point are the parties involved. It is up to the parties to show that will, and the will is needed.
Председателот на ВМРО ДПМН Никола Груевски изјави дека од меѓународната заедница му било ветено оти нема да се прави повторна оцена на условите за изборите и преговорите со медиумите. Од дел од амбасадорите тоа беше демантирано. Но веќе еден месец нема никакви реални промени во медиумската сфера. Како го коментирате вие тоа?
Commissioner Hahn stated and said, and Germany full-heartedly supports that stand. The quality of the elections is more important than the date. And the quality will be measured based on the criteria stipulated in the joint letter by the EU and US ambassador to the Prime Minister, dated 19th of February this year. Thus, our view is that the quality of the elections, that's the crucial point, that's key. I only can repeat it. So our focus will remain on the important issues, such as the media environment, which gives voters the information they need, the quality of the voters' registers, and the absence of political manipulation of voters and the voting processes. We will continue to raise problems that we find. There are problems, both in private meetings and maybe also in public. As long as the process is positive, for the moment, we see no need for a further review process. And I repeat that once again, so a decision on election timing is ultimately one for the government and the parties, plural, the parties involved.
И покрај повиците од меѓународната заедница за институционална соработка со специјалното јавно обвинителство и натаму продолжуваат нападите против тимот на Катица Јанева и несоработката од голем дел од институциите. Како може сето ова да се надмине и што мислите зошто има толку голем отпор кон незината работа?
The appointment of the special prosecutor and her team is one of the results of the prisoner process and the prisoner agreement of June-July last year. And this agreement was supported by all parties. And of course, the special prosecutor has to be supported by all institutions. So there is agreement on that. And of course, also an intensive cooperation with their office is needed. The special prosecutor has filed charges against senior political figures for election-related crimes. And latest statements by the special prosecutor suggest more charges will be filed. The presumption of innocence, of course, demands that these allegations are proven with facts and evidence, clear evidence.
Според сомнежите на специјалното јавно обвинителство на претходните избори бил направен изборен криминал. Судот се уште не соработува со тимот на Јанева, а од друга страна неодамна имавме и одлука од Уставен суд која што на некој начин ја подкопува работата на тимот на Јанева. Може ли овој пат правдата да остане недостижна?
The rule of law, it's quite general, is the cornerstone of functioning democracy, and the separation of powers between the judicial and executive branches of the government is an important part of a functioning democracy. We recognize that the timing of the move you just mentioned to allow greater use of pardons coming less than 2 weeks after the special prosecutor brought forward cases against senior political figures for alleged election-related crimes, that raised some questions. The whole EU and Germany as a part of it, we welcome that President Ivanov has publicly stated that he will not pardon electoral crimes.
Колку политичката криза во Македонија влијае врз интересот на германските инвеститори за земјава?
Overall, German investors are quite satisfied with their business in Macedonia. Latest talks with potential investors signal some unease with the political situation in Macedonia. So certain investors have put on hold final investments decisions. Macedonia has a lot to lose and no time to waste. So new investors are key to economic investment development. Economic growth has slowed. Macedonia keeps falling behind other countries in the region, and especially in comparison with the EU member states. So, once again, to put it in a nutshell, a sound and stable political framework, predictable work of the courts, and a responsive and sufficient administration are urgently needed in order to make Macedonia prosper in the future. If I may say, in the very near future.
Ви благодарам за разговорот.
Thank you for coming.
Вам, почитувани, ви благодарам што го следевте неделното интервју на Радио Слободна Европа. До гледање.